make the circle tighter. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is every other person take one step forward. Every other person started with Thomas. One step forward, there you go. Becky, you go. Becky, you go. Oh, you're doing the wave. Okay, that was in order. Oh, that's it. Interesting. Okay. All right, so now the ones that, the inner circle, turn yourselves around and face someone. You gotta have someone here. Hopefully I'm not the one. So is there anyone who doesn't have a partner? Okay, Alex doesn't have a partner. Andrea, okay? Does everyone have a partner? Yes, okay, all right, okay, great. So, so this is what we're gonna do. Now the inner circle is going to make 3 steps to the left, and the outer circle 3 steps to the right. I'm sorry, to the left too, Both 3 steps to the left. Both circles, there you go. Moving on the opposite direction. There you go, that's good. There you go, okay. Okay, great. Everybody has a partner? Yeah? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we are going to ask ourselves, we are gonna share, if we have any experience on popular education, share a little bit of that experience with that person. Introduce yourselves if you don't know each other. Name, organization, and what is your experience in popular education, what are you that you're coming and bringing it today with you, okay? What is your experience in popular education? If you don't speak the same language, please raise your hand.
O Hendersonville, allá arriba. Ok, maravilloso.
Aprendieron la pregunta, se presentan y entonces qué experiencia tienen en educación popular y cuentan un poquito eso.
Ok, maravilloso. Pues mi nombre es Basilio. Lo poco que sé de lo de educación popular es más que nada de que escuchar la voz del pueblo, que toda la comunidad participe, que todo vemos cuál es la necesidad de lo que estamos sufriendo, viviendo.
La transición, pero particularly living wages and in poverty. So, and I do popular education all the time, but I've never been trained at it, which is really funny.
He's got his long experience and a lot of good stories.
I love how it connects your head.
Get off from work today to come here.
Paid time off. I had to take my own time to come here.
Have you been affected by the government shutdown?
No, thank God. We were some of our families that were receiving subsidy
I told him, I said, I don't support no immigration reform bill. I said, because for the simple fact is, why should y'all have a bill for immigration when y'all was here first? You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be no reform bill. They should be able to come and go as they please. You know what I'm saying? Really. That's something I cannot believe.
En cualquier situación, y no, también, porque hay, porque uno de los enfoques es analizar, muchos de las personas de no, ¿por qué? Tú habla lo que me estabas diciendo.
Que es una experiencia, sobre todo la forma de espiral, donde tienes que ir como de un nivel a enseñar primero a tu comunidad y después la comunidad se fortalece.
That was probably the first time when I was like, okay, I need to learn this.
Okay, so the same 3 steps to the left inner circle, 3 steps to the left outer circle. One more time.
Hola, mi nombre es Margarita.
Learn from other people's knowledge, and I feel like if I can use that knowledge for wherever I am, that would be fantastic.
Are you a teacher? Is that
no, I'm actually, it's totally different medium, but let's hear your expectation and then we can introduce ourselves.
Well, do you want to say more? I think you have a minute.
Invité a dos amigas que trabajan con organizaciones diferentes, no del centro, pero
me gustaría que ella se llevara este conocimiento para poder implementarlo con los grupos con los que ella trabaja.
Modo de vida y la educación particular.
Sort of surprised, but I think it's going to be something useful.
What were you surprised about?
Like all the different people that was there, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know exactly who I was going to be here.
Go deeper. So the third question, move one more step, three steps to the left. Wait, different person?
No. We're back where we started.
Where were you?
We started, but we never talked.
Oh, you never talked. Okay. Good. That's where I want.
That's
Okay,
right.
great. So the last question is, what am I bringing to this workshop? What am I going to be contributing with? What is going to be my contributions? Okay? So 1 minute, one person, the other minute. I'll tell you when you have to switch.
You want to start, Jen?
No, I don't.
Creo que sería como implementarlo ya definitivamente en el trabajo que estamos haciendo.
Do you listen what say Chávez?
So, what
¿Con qué voy a contribuir?
Okay.
Esa es la pregunta.
Today?
Ahora.
Okay.
Ahora le contesto.
what do you bring to this workshop?
With my attention, with my main focus that is opportunity for learn more about the population.
Switch now. Tienen que cambiar.
Okay.
To bring enthusiasm, like attention, and some previous experience with popular education that I'd like to learn a lot more. I'm excited to be here today.
3 experiences or 3 people who would like to say what are the experiences they're bringing to this workshop that they have on popular education. 3 people who would like to share them. Okay, or 1. Maybe just 2.
Just because you can't shut me up ever,
okay.
I will say that I think Calvin and I both agreed that we are very ignorant. I mean, I'm ignorant, he's not. But we're hoping that our questions and our lack of knowledge will cause that we will have lots of questions, and so we can share and learn from other people more, and then that way life experience maybe is what we bring in.
Okay, good. So we're linking question 1 and 2. So if anyone wants to share what you talked about in terms of experiences, what are you bringing also, experiences in popular education, would like to share?
Can I speak in
Claro,
Spanish?
claro que sí.
Sí. Okay. Yo es la primera vez que vengo a esta reunión. Le agradezco a las personas que me invitaron, mi hija Marta, Evelyn, Carolina. Le comentaba a Basilio que por 15 años he trabajado con la comunidad hispana y es una experiencia muy bonita porque uno puede darse cuenta de los valores que tiene nuestra comunidad, solamente que necesitan un empuje. Y para darles ese empuje necesitamos conocer las posibilidades que hay en este país para poder contribuir con ellos en darles información, y no nada más información, sino ayudarlos a salir de algún atoro o algún problema en el cual estén metidos. Estoy muy entusiasmada por estar aquí en este lugar, porque sé que voy a aprender más y voy a poder dar más a mi gente.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. Adela, ¿verdad?
Acela.
Acela, muchas gracias y bienvenida. Gracias. Expectativas, quickly, just some of you, some expectations?
Translator over there, can you just summarize what she said?
So she was, maybe the translator,
You get Figueras.
Sí. What she was saying is that she's been looking at
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to getting some concrete tools on how to, I don't know, I guess like run a pop ed style meeting or facilitation.
Okay, great. Pop-up style. So great tools. What else? Expectations.
Well, I was saying I've done popular education for a long time, and I've never been trained in it, which I think says a lot about. That's exactly what popular education is. Is we all have something to bring to the table, and we're all teachers in the room, and so I'm just excited about learning more from everybody here about what we already know and adding to that.
Great. Thank you, Amy. One more expectation?
Yeah. I'd like to, we were talking about like, we'd like to learn the difference between participatory processes and popular education. Like where is there overlap and where are there things that are particular to like one that the other isn't, like particular to popular education that's like, you know, and then also we just want to go deeper with popular education, I guess, so and learn more about it other than just something that's a participatory way to do meetings, you know.
Great, wonderful, thank you. So we're going to leave it at that, and then we're just going to do a quick survey. We always usually do it on other topics, so now we're going to do it specifically in popular education. How many of you have ever facilitated any workshop, educational process, any? Okay, you bring a lot of experience, okay? So how many of you have, Oh, okay, thought it was somebody was talking. I think that organ is over here, but it's, I'm thinking they're playing it for us. So, okay, how many of you have had experiences in education where things didn't go so well? Can someone share briefly what happened? Like, what was it? Was it the tools? Was it the people? Was it us? Was it preparation? Was it the content? What was it?
I feel like for me, it was like lack of preparation and like an assumption about my students that I shouldn't have had.
Great.
And so I think the assumption caused me not to be prepared, and then everything just kind of collapsed in front of my eyes.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. Thank you for sharing. We've been there and done that, and it's difficult. Another one. A ver.
I think for me it's like an issue of confidence. Like I don't think that people will have patience or faith with the process, and so then I think that I'm losing people, but probably really I'm not. I'm just like projecting that, and then I get, you know, like step back, and then they're like, what are you doing?
Very good point. The confidence is very important on the method that you have proposed, on what you think that is going to be working in terms of the group discussions, etc. All right, so how many of you have gotten specific training, even if it was brief, on popular education? Okay, could you tell me a little bit where? Magali?
Well, Ada y Nikki compartieron con nosotros, hicimos un taller pequeño, básico de educación popular para las mujeres de la comunidad. Y fue nuestro primer contacto realmente con el proceso de educación popular, y se nos quedó mucho lo de espiral de educación popular, ¿no? Entonces, fue nuestra primera experiencia.
Wonderful, great, gracias Magali. ¿Quién más? ¿Por aquí? Who else? Raise your hands. Andrea?
When I was much younger, in Mexico, I worked with a literacy campaign that used popular education. So we had like a 6-month training school and then the literacy work, and that was how I got started. And then through Highlander has helped us so much. With Evelyn. We went to, and with Mary who's in childcare, we went to like a year and a half long like leadership
in Highlander. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. You guys are going to contribute a lot. Thank you, Andrea. That was good. So, who else? Amy? No, or Acena? Cuéntenme.
Yo en Frulan Institute, Baptist Institute. Allí tomé un curso para educación popular por 4 años y me ha ayudado muchísimo porque eso me ha ayudado a conocer a las personas y ver todos tenemos escondido dentro de nuestra mente algo que podemos activar, pero muchos no lo sabemos y necesitamos la ayuda para abrir esa mente y que pueda entrar la educación y el conocimiento que todos necesitamos.
Muchas gracias, Acela. ¿Dónde es Fruitland?
Fruitland es un instituto bíblico
¿En dónde?
En Ennerville.
Ennerville, aquí en Carolina del Norte.
Sí.
Ah, muy bien, qué excelente, buenísimo, muchas gracias, Acela. ¿Quién más por aquí dijo que había recibido training? ¿Había recibido entrenamiento? Who else? Okay, Tom.
I have a friend and mentor, Frank Adams, who used to live here in Asheville. And Molly Hemstreet of CPC introduced him to me. He has a lot of experience with popular education and had worked at Highlander. We would sometimes talk in his living room, a group of us. He would kind of explain these concepts. First, you ask the people what they want to learn. First, that seemed kind of strange to me, but now it's... so it was just a great experience talking with him about these concepts.
Good, thank you, Thomas. So, Amy, sorry.
I was a young student and got very interested in liberation theology. And so through that, learned about base communities that were just sort of sweeping across Latin America in the 80s, which is when I was a young student. I'm really dating myself. But, and I just really became interested in leading sort of gatherings of people from their own experience. It was very exciting, and it wasn't until years later that I found out, oh, that's popular education. And so I've been doing that in lots of different arenas, whether it's spiritual or social justice or...
That's great, that's great.
It's lots of fun, and it's so much better than what we all sort of grew up learning education was.
Good, good. Some people don't know where the influence started. If liberation theology influenced popular education, or popular education influencing liberal theology. They're so connected in their method and their way of understanding how liberation should happen, and there's a method for it. So thank you for that. All right, so how many of you knew who the founder of popular education is? Raise your hand. Who? Pablo Freire. Okay, good. Where was he from? Brazil. How many of you have read his most famous book? Which one is it? Pedagogy of the Oppressed. How many of you have read Pedagogy of the Oppressed? It's important for me to know, so raise your hand. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right, awesome. Let's give everyone, not only the 3 readers of Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which is already great because I've never gotten 3 people say that they have, so congratulations, but also for your experience in educating, because that's important and it's going to be helpful today. Yes, Tom.
I'm still reading We Build the Road by Walking, or We May Make the Road by Walking, which is Paulo Freire and Miles Horton.
Good, good. Oh, wow, you got to share with us a little bit of that. Okay, great, wonderful. Okay, so, Reka, do we move over there? Do you want us to maybe switch? Or would you like to, do you want to talk here?
No, are you going to close this part?
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. I'm thinking in Spanish and it's coming out in English very, what do you call it? Sloppy? So sorry. So this workshop is challenging because it's a workshop. Every workshop should be challenging in that sense, because the facilitator prepares a road, a method, to actually create a space where everybody could put their knowledges together and then bring better knowledge that comes out and helps out everyone else to leave even better prepared for what they're doing. So that is the challenge of this workshop. And that job is not only Reka's and mine, it's everyone's here. Because all of you are trying to implement popular education somehow, whether through workshops, whether through the way you are envisioning your organization, whether through research, if you're trying to do participatory research or other ways of involving the community, whether it could be building grassroots organizations, etc. So that experience is going to be helpful today, so don't think that you lack of it. Because we have all been either facilitating processes and we know how hard it is. Sometimes things work, sometimes the tools are not the proper ones, and we got to figure out how to learn to use those tools. But then we got to go deeper and figure out that it's not only, like Jackie was saying, the tools. What is making really popular education? The tools? Or what is it that makes it different from participatory learning tools that even the corporations are using? What makes the difference? So those are the kind of things that we're going to be talking about hopefully today, at least initiating that dialogue for some of you and then continuing it for others. And then going deeper, and I hope that you will be more passionate to read more about the theory of popular education, because my problem, and I'm confessing it in public, is that for 15 years, I was doing popular education since I was in youth ministry in Honduras, in my small town. And I thought I was good at it. I thought, oh man, I like this. This is what I want to do the rest of my life. And for 15 years, I did it. I went to the U.S. and I worked with immigrant youth here. And then I went to Mexico and did that work there with campesinos and with indígenas. And yeah, I was doing it. But when I started trying to read theory, I couldn't stand reading it because I thought I was losing my time. I thought practice was the most important thing and that popular education did not need theory. I was so mistaken. Because with theory, and specifically when I discovered Pedagogy of the Oppressed and I understood it more, you know, I cried when I read that book because I realized I was making so many mistakes and presumptions about my own work and my own role as an educator that were so off. So practice is huge and you're bringing it. But theory, I hope this gives you a little bit of a passion to continue furthering your research and study and reflection about the theoretical aspect of popular education that makes it different than just participatory tools. So I hope that is one of the products that we can get people to get more enthusiastic about reading more, learning more the theoretical part so we don't make as many mistakes as we are doing in our practice. Both things are important, practice and theory. And I was just doing practice. Practice without theory is activism, but in quotes. But theory without practice is verbalism, it's just words. Practice and theory is praxis with an X, and that is the real thing that we're looking for. That's where we really learn when we're comparing it to the theory, and sometimes theory is hard. Okay, so praxis with an X. All right, great. Thank you, everyone. Let's give us a good round of applause for the